would you love to travel to? Beautiful Anchorage, Alaska. Paradise, California.
Ooh.
Cocoa Beach, Florida. Man, our listeners live in exotic places.
Seriously.
Waco, Texas.
And creepy place.
Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Or Reno, Nevada.
Let's go
Nevada.
to Cocoa Beach. Is that what you said?
You know
Cocoa
who was,
Beach.
You know who was
Cocoa
from Cocoa
Beach.
Beach when we were kids? You don't know him, Steve,
Mm.
but there was a wrestler, the model Rick Martel. He would spray his arrogance on you.
Nice. Nice.
People know that.
It is Brandon who just moved to Cocoa Beach.
What's up, Brand?
Hey guys, how's it going? You hear me all right?
We can hear you, brother. You ready to play this game or what?
I'm ready. I just want to say real quick, I appreciate you guys, man. I drive for a living. I listen to you guys all the time. You guys make the trip easy. You guys are hilarious. Remind me of just hanging out with me and my bud.
Oh, dude, that's very kind of you.
Stop it some more.
You made my day. Honestly,
All right.
stuff like that puts a tingle in my dingle.
Here we go with the game. Are you ready?
So
All right,
stupid.
Covino, we're going to start with you.
Let's go.
Chipotle worker or WNBA player, Georgia Amore.
Georgia Amore. She puts a lot of love into her burrito bowls. That's Chipotle for sure. I mean, how can I go against that thinking? I'll go Chipotle as well.
Monty.
You said Chipotle?
Yeah.
So I'm going to go WNBA.
Okay.
Ryan.
Why not?
Chipotle.
Brandon.
I'll say WNBA.
Georgia Amore is a 5'7" guard for the Washington Mystics.
Oh,
All
way
right,
to go.
next name for your
Now Monty wants to get it right all of a sudden.
Covino, next name, Chipotle worker.
Number one on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINZA in Miami. WMIB FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
1-1. He might have hit one out of the ballpark there. Out to right and deep. Second deck. He squared the bunt 2 pitches ago. And Kyle Stowers rips number 16 into the seats. Tied at 1, bottom 2.
Miami Marlins baseball is on deck.
Pitch to Connor Norby. He drills out to right center and deep. Frelick back. Track wall. It is gone. Connor Norby. He's getting right. 1-1 pitch. That one hammered out to left center field and deep. Martian Rojas back. They're looking up, and it's gone. Wag attack. A 2-run homer.
Marlins on deck. Brought to you by ADT, the official smart security partner of the Miami Marlins, and Norwegian Cruise Line. Experience more at sea. Let's head out to the ballpark. Here's your host, Steven Strong.
All righty, nice job, Ahmed. Welcome. We are live from what will be a jam-packed Citi Field in Queens, New York on another cool 75-degree Friday night. You're listening to Miami Marlins baseball on the radio, Fox Sports 940 Miami. Game 135 of 162. 28 games left, and on August 29th, 2025, I can say the Marlins surpassed their win total in 2024. And last night was an indication that this team is starting to come around. And it wasn't that they won, it's how they won. They took the extra base, making New York pay for their mishaps, the calculated arm usage. It was a reminder that this formula to win works. For Met fans, well, yesterday's loss was probably the easiest one of the season to get over, because tonight the Mets will roll out one of their prized possessions to make his major league debut, and it has all the ingredients to be a pitching duel with a playoff feel here in the air in the great, great city of New York. It's game 2 of this 4-game NL East set between your 63-70 Miami Marlins and the 72-62 New York Mets. Yuri Perez, he'll make his first of many career starts in New York here at Citi Field. He will go opposite the aforementioned, I guess not aforementioned because I didn't drop his name, Jonah Tong, 22-year-old right-hander, Mets top prospect. He will make his major league debut tonight against the Marlins, and we will get going at 7:10 right here on the Marlins Radio Network. Hi, everyone. Thanks for making Marlins on Deck a part of your Friday night with Jack McMullen and Craig Minervini. I'm Steven Strom. There's got some great juice here, great feel, great anticipation in the air. We will go the distance, and we thank you for your participation. I want to first get to Yuri Perez and Jack McMullen. They spoke yesterday ahead of his start. Connor Norby He is back in the lineup, batting 6th and playing 3rd. We'll chat with Connor. We'll get you at the count with Perez and Tong, Jack and Craig. Going to bring some juice to segment 4 with some headlines, X-Bowl question at Marlins Radio, and Steve's guarantee to victory. So let's start with Yuri. He's 6-1 with a 2.63 ERA, 56 Ks to 15 walks over his last 10 starts. Again, he'll make his first career start in New York City against the Mets, and he was with Jack McMullen earlier yesterday ahead of his start.
All right, thank you very much, Steven. Yuri Perez is ready for this one. First time pitching in New York, first time pitching at Citi Field. How excited are you for this moment?
Primera vez pichando aquí en Nueva York, en Citi Field. ¿Cómo te preparas y qué tan emocionado estás para este momento?
Muy emocionado, primera vez aquí, muchos dominicanos, mucha gente latina, tratando de prepararme súper bien, ya que es un equipo súper bueno, y nada, tratar de dar lo mejor y a disfrutar del juego mañana.
Yeah, very excited, happy to be here. Great Latino presence, a lot of Dominican in the crowd, and it's a really, really strong team, so I'm preparing myself and trying to have fun tomorrow.
Going to be a loud environment against a lineup that's swinging the bat really well right now. Obviously, the top third with Lindor, Soto, Alonso, they're really finding their groove right now. What jumps out when you look at this lineup ahead of your start?
Sí, va a ser un line-up bien fuerte ahí. Esos nombres que comentó, ¿no? Que son muy competitivos. ¿Qué es lo que más sobresale de este line-up cuando tú ves a esa gente ahí?
No, como tú dices, Juan Soto, Lindor y muchos más jugadores de los que están ahí, tratar de mantenernos compitiendo con ellos, hacer buenos ajustes y no tratar de fallar los picheos, sino mantenernos en la zona con buenos picheos y tratar de sacarlo lo más rápido posible para seguir en el juego.
Yeah, like you said, it's a very strong lineup like Lindor and Soto. All you got to do is just try to stay in the zone and execute your pitches and not try to do anything too fancy. You got to try to stay there, compete as much as you can, and get as many outs to get as many innings.
Looking back at your start against Toronto, what are you happiest with?
Sí, viendo hacia atrás esa última salida con Toronto, ¿qué es lo que más te gustó de esa salida?
Bueno, también un equipo súper fuerte, por lo que vimos estuve compitiendo mucho con ellos, ganamos el juego, eso fue lo más importante de todo y salir saludable.
Yeah, like it's a very strong, it's also a strong team. We got the victory, that's the most important part. I came out of it healthy. And it was a good one as well, so a lot of positive things.
Is it cold for you? Are you ready to pitch in the cold like this?
¿Te parece un poquito frío ahorita? ¿Estás listo para pichar aquí con este frío?
No, la temperatura está hermosa para todo, está súper bien ahí, no hace calor ni frío y yo creo que es una buena temperatura.
No, the temperature is wonderful right now. For anything you want to do, it's not hot, it's not cold, it's just perfect.
Did we do an okay job with this interview today?
Un buen trabajo con esta entrevista hoy.
Ya, un poco más diferente, ya salimos de lo normal.
Yeah, it was a little different. We came out of the generic, the run.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Steven.
All right, that's our pitching prize jewel, Yuri Perez, and that's our pitching guru, Jack McMullen, breaking it down before. Yuri Perez, and I'm excited for this one for so many reasons, but one in particular, he will face his countrymate for the first time, Juan Soto, tonight. I know Yuri will be juiced up, and he has brought the juice since the beginning of July. Opponents hitting 158, the only individual better, Nick Pivetta. Yuri Perez, he will toe the rubber here at Citi Field for the first time in his career, going opposite Jonah Time. We got a lot more to cover, but Connor Norby is back in the lineup. Last played 49 days ago in Baltimore. He joins us next ahead of his return here in 2025. Marlins, Mets, 7:10 first pitch on the Marlins Radio Network.
All games. 2-1 pitch. Augustine hits one high in the air, out to left and deep. That is monster bound and gone. That went over the monster and over the El Tiante Heart. Augustine Ramirez with a monster blast. It's homer number 18 on the year. The second homer for the Fish. It's 7-2. Red Sox in the top of the seventh. 1-1. Wagaman drills out to left center field and deep. That is monster bound, and it's gone. Wag attack over the monster. Eric Wagaman smashes a ball. Perfect no more for Crochet. He went 7 up, 7 down on cruise control, but Wagaman caught up to the heater. The 9th home run that Crochet has allowed on the four-seamer this year, 111 miles an hour off the bat, and that opens scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the third.
Pitch that I could hit.
Pitch again. That one past the dive of the third baseman Bregman into left for a base hit. That brings in X, and Liam Hicks waits out Whitlock. He shoots an RBI single the other way, and it's a 1-run game. The tying run in scoring position with 2 men gone at the top of the 8th. It's 3-2 Boston. A 1 pitch. That one hit well out to right center field. Rafaela on the move. Back to the track. At the wall. And it's gone to tie the game. That ball just kept on carrying. Dane Myers with a leadoff solo shot to right center into the Boston bullpen. Knots this game at 3. Anthony Bender is readying the Marlins bench. Marcy drills the ball out to right. Down the line towards Pesky's pole, and it's gone.
Well, it is awesome to have this guy back in the lineup. Connor Norby, Marlins on deck, Steven Strom here. Let's get it. How you feeling, man? You got to be itching.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to get back, be with the guys again. I feel probably as good as I'm going to get the rest of the year. There's going to be some stuff that I'm just going to have to deal with, and probably won't be 100% fully until the off season, but it's baseball. You play every day. You're playing through something all the time, and it's just one of those things I'm going to have to deal with a little bit here and there. But overall, feel good enough to go, and more importantly, feel like I'm good enough to help contribute and help the team win games.
I love chatting with you because you really take us in detail of what you've been working on. What have you been working on down in AAA and now ready to apply to the big league level?
Like when I got hurt, it felt more unfortunate. Obviously, I hate missing games. I've never been hurt before, so that was the first time, and now it's happened twice this year with the oblique. And I want to be out there all the time, and but it was also unfortunate just because I felt like I was finally getting back to who I am. I was seeing it better. I was putting up better at bats consistently over the last couple weeks prior, and then it was just kind of a gut punch. But stuff like that's going to happen. And just what we've been working on is just trying to stay on my backside. Once again, it's all goes back to creating length in the swing, trying to be a little bit flatter. And how you do that is just trying to keep that space that I have. And I've been jumping a lot and now like I'm losing space, causing more barrel tilt, causing me to foul off some of the pitches that I normally hit, be a little bit underneath some of those sliders, and still work in progress like everything, but it's the main thing is to try to just stay stacked on that backside and really turn behind the baseball better, which is what it's funny because that's what Stowie had been working on all spring training, and obviously it clicked for him once we got going to start the year, and it's kind of what the thought process is just turning behind the ball a little bit better.
Connor Norby with us now. I know you got to run. Give me one last thought on Jonah Tong, who's going to make his major league debut. Not a ton on him as far as like film, of course, only in the minors. But what do you see when you see Tong?
Good pitcher, right? I don't know too much. I've seen a little bit of video. About to go over him fully in here in a couple minutes. But Tim Lincecum-esque, very Iron Mike-ish, over the top. Really good changeup from what I'm seeing on video. Good fastball, mid-90s fastball. Got to respect it. And then his changeup's what he wants to get to, and got to be ready for it. But it'll be a fun matchup. He'll be excited, and we needed to take advantage of that and take advantage of those nerves that guys have, and try to jump on them early, get traffic early, and make them feel uncomfortable.
God, I'm so happy you're back in the lineup. Connor Norby back here with the Fish. We'll break. We'll get you ahead of the count. Jonah Tong and Yuri Perez. What a matchup we have at 7:10 on the Marlins Radio Network.
So there's nobody catching him on the American League side.
1-1. That one lined up the middle. That is down for a base hit. Marcy around third. He will come in to score, and the Gus Bus does drive him home. Augustine Ramirez with an RBI knock, and that's some breathing room for the Fish. 5-3 in the bottom of the second. A 1 pitch. Acosta hits one well out to left center field. Profar is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. There's the insurance. All this guy does is hit homers. His third major league hit. They've all left the yard. And there's the breathing room we've been clamoring for. It's 2-0 Marlins at the bottom of the 8th because of our guy Maximo.
That we've seen 8 outs via the ground ball.
First pitch to Troy. He smacks high in the sky, right center. Acuna on the move. He is back, and it short hops off the base of the wall. Otto held, but he's around third. He will score without a throw, and Troy Johnston swaps places with him. It's an RBI double, and in a pitcher's duel, it's the Marlins that strike first. 1-0 Fish in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2. That one hit well, out to left center field and deep. Lucas is back at the track. He leaps up, and it's gone. Power stroke. Javier Sanoja. Homer number 5 on the year for him. Little man's got some thump. And the Fish are on the board. 3-1 Toronto in the bottom of the 2nd. Solo homer. He's got 2 of the 3 knocks. 2-1. That one hit well, out to right center field and deep. Barso is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone. Maximo again.
Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Hey, this is Anthony Bender, and you're listening to Marlins on Deck with Steven Strom on the Marlins Radio Network.
Getting ready for some baseball here on this Friday night from Citi Field. Just another perfect day for baseball. It really shouldn't feel like this in New York City this late in the month of August, but it is. Yuri Perez, Jonah Tong, Steven Strom. Hello, everyone. Jack McMullen, Craig Minervini, they have your call at 7:10, but they will also join me in the next segment, boys. Get ready to give me some headlines, by the way, for this game, too. Nice win yesterday for Miami, upended the Mets, and a good start to this road trip. But let's get you ahead of the count. We'll start here with Yuri Perez, 22-year-old right-hander who will make his 15th start of the season, his first year of his career at Citi Field. 6-3, a 3.44 ERA this season, 70 2/3 innings pitched. 70 Ks to 25 walks. He earned his 6th win of the season on Sunday against the Toronto Blue Jays. Allowed 2 runs on 3 hits over 6 innings. Remember, Yuri cruised through 6 scoreless before he was removed from the game before the first 2 batters he faced in the 7th inning. Those 2 ended up scoring. 18 swinging strikes on 94 pitches for Yuri Perez. Clayton McCullough, what do you think?
A really electric fastball today, and the command of his pitches was great. And I think he utilized all of his stuff as well around it. He had a good fastball. You could tell that they had to then start to, try to get to it, cheat a little bit, opened up. His slider was good today. He mixed in some really good changeups. So I thought him and Liam did a nice job of utilizing his whole mix, but his ability to pound it with his fastball and gain count leverage was a big reason why he was able to be so efficient and to get where he got to in that game today. And so, great outing.
Yuri Perez will go opposite. Jonah Tong, 22-year-old right-hander, 6'1", 180 pounds. He's a Canadian top 50 prospect in baseball. And what Jonah Tong has done is simply force the Mets' hand with arguably the best season for a pitcher in the minor leagues. 10-5, a 1.43 ERA, over 113 2/3 innings pitched. Those sound like high school stats. Across 22 starts from AA and AAA. Carlos Mendoza, why now for Jonah Tong?
I think it's all about him dominating the minor leagues. You can make a case, all right, it's AA, you want to give him a better look at the AAA level. But, man, a couple of outings and, I think it's hard to keep him there, So here he is now. We knew we were going to need a 6th starter, and he put himself in the conversation, and here he is now. Going to get an opportunity for us.
That was Carlos Mendoza, Mets manager. Jonah Tong, how did you find out you were getting called up to the show?
Just finished throwing a bullpen, and I was silly, and I was looking at a slider, and I was making a joke with our manager Dick, and I was like, "Yeah, look at this thing! I made AJ buckle." And then he goes, "Oh yeah, how's your body feeling?" I'm like, "Great." He's like, "All right, you ready to start Friday?" I'm like, "Ready as I'll ever be." And then he said, "Cool, because you're going to be pitching against the Marlins in Citi Field on Friday." And I was like, "Pardon?" So definitely a crazy day, but it was awesome.
All right, I'll give you a little bit of a scout on Jonah Tong, but I know Jack McMullen and Craig Minervini will have you more in depth. So Tong has a fastball that's in the mid-90s. He produced a whiff rate of 36%. He'll also throw a changeup, a curveball, a slider. They're calling it that Vulcan change again. I'll let Jack explain that either in segment 4 or during the game. What's unique about Jonah Tong is that over the top, we've heard Tim Lincecum-esque delivery. Kind of combine that with that elite extension, and boom, it's like Tim Lincecum had a baby, and it's Jonah Tong. Again, Tong will make his major league debut. He's got big shoes to fill because Nolan McLean has lit this city on fire, calling him the truth. What shall this edition of the new Mets prospect look like? Well, we will have to wait and see. Tong will go opposite Yuri Perez. We'll break. We'll talk with Jack McMullen and Craig Minervini next. Marlins are going to snatch the first 2 here in Queens on the Marlins Radio Network.
There's nobody catching him on the American League side.
1-1. That one lined up the middle. That is down for a base hit. Marcy around third. He will come in to score, and the Gus Bus does drive him home. Augustine Ramirez with an RBI knock, and that's some breathing room for the fish. 5-3 in the bottom of the second. 0-1 pitch. Acosta hits one well out to left center field. Profar is back. He's looking up, and it's gone. There's the insurance. All this guy does is hit homers. His 3rd major league hit. They've all left the yard, and there's the breathing room we've been clamoring for. It's 2-0 Marlins at the bottom of the 8th because of our guy Maximo.
That we've seen 8 outs via the ground ball.
First pitch to Troy. He smacks high in the sky, right center. Acuna on the move. He is back, and it short hops off the base of the wall. Otto held, but he's around third. He will score without a throw, and Troy Johnston swaps places with him. It's an RBI double, and in a pitcher's duel, it's the Marlins that strike first. 1-0 fish in the bottom of the 5th. 3-2. That one hit well, out to left center field and deep. Lucas is back at the track. He leaps up, and it's gone. Power stroke. Javier Sanoja, homer number 5 on the year for him. Little man's got some thump, and the fish are on the board. 3-1 Toronto in the bottom of the 2nd. Solo homer. He's got 2 of the 3 knocks. 2-1. That one hit well, out to right center field and deep. Varsho is back at the track, at the wall, and it's gone.
Up to 90-month financing available.
Dolphin carpet and tile, get it right.
Listen to your Marlins on the go. Download the iHeartRadio app and make Fox Sports 940 your top preset to listen to every Marlins game this season. 28 remain. Marlins win number 63 yesterday, surpassing all of 2024. Stephen Traum, Jack McMullen, Craig Minervini. We continue our road trip here, and the Marlins will have a say with who wins this division, guys. They have 6 games left with both the Mets and the Phillies. And tonight, the big story, Jonah Tong, and we'll begin with Jack McMullen. What should we anticipate from this 22-year-old right-hander from Canada?
I don't know. I guess maybe some nerves. Like, he's 22, but he looks 14 years old. But I know babyface doesn't mean much. You can be a babyface killer, and it seems like Tong is. Can I read you a bunch of numbers,
Please.
and you tell me which one's your favorite?
Okay, can Craig play too?
Yes,
Okay.
absolutely.
I'll tell you.
I wrote all this down. Jonah Tong has a 1.43 ERA that is the best in minor league baseball. He's one of 4 guys at an ERA under 2.
Okay.
179 punch-outs, the most in minor league baseball by 28.
Okay.
He's at 179. The next guy is at 151.
Okay.
0.92 whip, 3rd in minor league baseball, but this is the next one. A 148 batting average against. That is the best among all minor league starters. There's only one other guy with a batting average against under 170, and he's at 148. And then this one. First 2 starts, 3 earned runs apiece in high A. His next 20, 2 earned runs twice, 1 earned run 8 times, no runs 10 times. Which one's your favorite?
Mine's, none of them are my favorite, but the most impressive one would probably be the 179 punch-outs, because if you are coming up here and your opposing average is, 190 or 200, I'm still like, all right, like, to me, in my mind, I'm like, all right, I'm going to put like 30 points to that. You get to the big leagues, maybe even more than that. But when you punch out guys at the rate that he punches out with, I think it almost offsets that opposing average. So I'm going to go with the strikeouts.
I'll take the 148. That average is so low. It's ridiculous. These are professional hitters. Only 2 starts at AAA, but he did have 47 walks. I'm gonna throw that in your little sheet there.
Yeah, no, that doesn't fit my agenda.
47 walks. And 3 years ago, guy was in high school.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an unbelievable meteoric rise. 2 Division I offers. That's it. North Dakota State and Maine.
They call it secondary school. He wasn't in high school. He was, I think, in
Well,
preparatory
he came
school.
to the U.S., though, at the end of his –
He did.
He went
That's right.
He went to school in Georgia. He left Ontario to kind of get seen at the Premier Academy in Georgia.
It is amazing. But no, I mean, with Tong, like, listen, he's got one of the weirdest fastballs in minor league baseball and now in Major League Baseball, too, with how low he releases because of how far he gets down on the mound and then how over the top he is. And, oh, by the way, it's 95 and it carries. The thing that jumps out to me is the vertical difference between the fastball and the Vulcan change.
What's a Vulcan change?
When you see this with your hand, Craig, do you see live long and prosper with Spock? Or do you see the nanu thing from Mork and Mindy?
I'll probably go back to Spock.
An audio audience, you can explain this much better than me from a finger's perspective.
It's when you have your ring and your pinky finger attached, and you have a big gap between your ring and middle finger, and you have your middle and index finger attached. So a lot of people know like the Spock thing. It's the Spock thing, and
It's
he
like a
grips
V.
the change up like that. You create a V in
For
between
Vulcan.
your middle and your ring finger. Yeah, for Vulcan. And what that does is it creates this huge velocity separation, but also like this splitter type idea where it will split down, but also be much slower. So he gets 10 to 12 miles an hour worth of separation and vertical separation. It really is a top of the zone fastball, bottom of the zone changeup. If he's locating, that's going to be really dangerous.
Okay, enough about this guy. He hasn't done it up here. You know who's done it up here at 20 years old? Take that, Jonah Tong. Yuri
right.
Perez.
Yeah.
Craig Minervini, what's the big storyline for you with Yuri against this especially top 3 tough Mets lineup?
Yuri's only 2 months older than Tom, and he's already got a lot of experience here, although he's only faced the Mets one time, which is surprising to me. It was the last start of 2023. Look, Yuri Perez has had an unbelievable season, and I think that's the part that's kind of getting forgotten in this matchup is Tong here in New York, and it's, we've been letting all Tong Long and all these lines they've been using in the newspaper, but Yuri Perez is having a great season. He hasn't had a great August compared to July, but July was ridiculous. It was almost like Tong's minor league season. I love Yuri in this matchup. The thing is, he's got to match. Here's the key. He's got to match what's going to happen here tonight.
Yeah.
Because this crowd, it's like a Broadway opening tonight. It's a big deal, and it's a good test for Yuri, I think, to match the energy of the New York environment and the New York Mets, who have been ripped on the sports radio and the newspaper after they were world champions, beating the Phillies 3 games in a row.
You know who loves this type of environment too? Connor Norby.
Yes.
Connor Norby. We have not seen him in 49 days. He broke his hamate in his hand. He last played on July 11th. He's in the lineup tonight, batting 6th and playing 3rd. Jack, does it mean anything to you that he went 6 for 17 with 2 home runs and a double in his minor league rehab assignment?
It does. It actually means a lot to me. And what it tells me is that his swing is really right now. And he's told that to you. He told that to you earlier on in Marlins on Deck. Like, this guy felt like he was getting to a really good spot. He goes to Baltimore. It's a big homecoming, the place that he debuted, the organization that drafted him, and then all of a sudden it's a hamate. So for him to have the timing down after he comes off the shelf, I think that's humongous. I'm expecting him to really hit the ground running coming off the rehab.
It's a big month for Connor Norby. It's a big month not only offensively, but defensively, establishing himself really as a guy the Marlins could look to lead the pace at third base. It certainly looked like it when they got him last year. It's been a tough year injury-wise. I think it's a very important 4 weeks here, month to go for Connor Norby. It'd be good to see him back with, as you mentioned earlier, that energy that he brings.
Yeah, and to pivot back to the conversation I had with him in segment 2, he told me he wants to be flatter. So he wants to create length in that swing. Now, to break this down a little bit more, when Norby says he wants to be flatter, that allows him to stay level through the zone, gives you a greater margin for error. We talk about this kind of with Dane Myers, who's trying to fix his mechanics a little bit. When he leans forward, there's such minimal margin for error. With Norby, he wants to, ironically, like greater margin for error, and then the flat swings promote those line drives and reduces that chopping motion on what he ended up actually breaking his hamate in Baltimore. So we'll see if Norby can do that here tonight. And moving forward, Yuri Perez and Jonah Tong will be our matchup on the mound. We'll break a lot of juice here. I just want to get this game started. We're back in 2 on the Marlins Radio Network.
Ball games. 2-1 pitch. Augustine hits one high in the air, out to left and deep. That is monster bound and gone. That went over the monster and over the El Tiante Hart. Augustine Ramirez with a monster blast. It's homer number 18 on the year. Hey, the second homer for the Fish. It's 7-2. Red Sox in the top of the 7th. 1-1. Wagaman drills out to left center field and deep. That is monster bound and it's gone. Wag attack over the monster. Eric Wagaman smashes a ball. Perfect no more for Crochet. He went 7 up, 7 down on cruise control, but Wagaman caught up to the heater. The 9th home run that Crochet has allowed on the four-seamer this year, 111 miles an hour off the bat, and that opens scoring. It's 1-0 Fish in the top of the 3rd.
Pitch that I could hit.
Pitch again. That one past the dive of the third baseman Bregman into left for a base hit. That brings in X, and Liam Hicks waits out Whitlock. He shoots an RBI single the other way, and it's a 1-run game. The tying run in scoring position with 2 men gone at the top of the 8th. It's 3-2 Boston. 0-1 pitch. That one hit well out to right center field. Rafaela on the move. Back to the track. At the wall. And it's gone to tie the game. That ball just kept on carrying. Dane Myers with a leadoff solo shot to right center into the Boston bullpen. Knots this game at 3. Anthony Bender is ready in the Marlins pen. Marcy drills the ball.
Stream now. Number 1 on your car radio preset and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. WINCA in Miami. WMIB-FM HD2 Fort Lauderdale. Free never sounded so good.
First pitch, Juan Soto rolls one to the backhand of X over at second base, sets his feet, tosses to first, and that is the ball game. This was a well-rounded win for the Miami Marlins today. Final score in Game 1 of a 4-game set in Queens. The Marlins 7, the Mets 4.
Yeah, really nice win last night for Miami to kick off this road trip after a rough 2 against Atlanta. We turned the page. Yuri Perez, Jonah Tong here tonight, folks. Sit back, relax, and enjoy. Grab the popcorn, whatever your choice of beverages on this Friday night. It is going to be an electric and palpable atmosphere. You could just feel it as Citi Field continues to crowd up here tonight. Steven Strom, Jack McMullen, Craig Minervini. Let's get to our X-Poll question today at Marlins Radio. Who's the bench coach for the Mets that happened to work with Clayton McCullough in Toronto? Make sure to vote at Marlins Radio. It is time for Steve's Guarantee.
Batter up. Batter up. Let's play some ball. First pitch is moments away. Time now for Steve's Guarantees.
I actually got 2 for you. I'm going to go Jonah Tong surrendering 3 walks tonight, and I like Jacob Marcy with an extra base hit. I'm feeling a yard card, but I don't have the guts to pull it, so I'm going to go Marcy with an extra base hit, and I like Tong to walk 4 batters here tonight. Folks, I hope you got the itch for first pitch, because when we come back, Jack McMullen paints the picture. Craig Minervini, he's ready to rock. Starting lineups in first pitch is right around the corner. Thanks for tuning in to the Marlins On Deck pregame show. I'm Steven Strom. Let's flip the M together, Miami. Marlins baseball. It is next on the Marlins Radio Network.
With Robinhood,